Hello Pisces, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Pisces for the middle of January. Keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take messages that resonate and drop messages that do not. Check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, we're going to start off here by just getting a few cards to get a general sense of what this reading is about for you. Changing up my reading style here. I feel like there needs to be a change. Okay, can we get some more? Perfect. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's look at these three cards. So we've got twists and turns. Carefully made plans could be thrown out the window as major changes and interruptions surround you. Make sure you get lots of rest to cope with all the upheaval. You are the second person to get this card so far. And what I will say is it feels like, looking at the astrology and just the energy that I feel, the first part of the year has felt a little bit sticky, I will say. And my feeling is that after, I don't know, call it January 15th, things are going to start really moving ahead. Like Mercury is out of retrograde, but it's been in shadow for a while, and it's finally getting out of the shadow period, and we're finally moving ahead in that regard. Jupiter's direct, Uranus is going direct, we've got Pluto moving. Things are going to really start shifting here. You also have property, a property purchase or sale for many, but heed security concerns in any transactions. Go over the fine print when you get a card like this. I think real estate's a great investment. Obviously, I cannot provide you with financial advice, but if you're feeling really, really guided to a certain property or a certain asset, this is certainly not telling you to not do that. It's simply saying to read the fine print and make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. Absolutely look at the contract. And then amazing, you have luck. A sudden change of luck is likely. Things are working in your favor. Excellent time for networking. All right, open up your network at this time. Maybe contact some other people. And luck is out of our control. We can't control luck, but the actions that we take in life can set us up in positions where we are more lucky, right? And so I am a firm believer that if we are doing the best that we can every single day, we will put ourselves in positions to get lucky more often. And I think in this situation here, you've got potential changes here showing up. Okay, so some of you are like maybe in this example, like really set on a certain property or a certain asset or whatever it may be. And there may be a change in that situation, or you might just need to really, really look over things carefully. Or I don't know, if you're looking at a home, maybe the homeowner's like, actually, we want this amount, and actually, we don't want to do this. And you might be like, oh, well, I'd like to get the house inspected before I do this, or whatever. Like there may be some sort of like twist and turn here as you look at a situation, but luck is on your side at this time, Pisces. And I wanted to see what is on the bottom here. You have commitment. A commitment is indicated around love or business. It will make you feel better. I don't know what's going on with my speaking right now, but okay. Let's go ahead and let's also take a look here at some of these oracle cards. And let's try to get this situation. Oh, you've got the movement card. Really like to see that for you. What else do we have? Surrender. Can we get one more card here for Pisces? Okay, this is what I would like to see, this card right here. All right, let's take a look. On the bottom, you have faith. Okay, there is a situation with this twist and turns energy and the energy of change, which is on the board here, that you need to have faith at this time and recognize that things are going to work out as they have to work out. I know that's hard, but not only do you have faith, but you also have surrender. The reality is that sometimes in life, things are out of our control. And I almost feel like you're in a situation here where somebody else's input is literally required, or somebody else's input matters. And so like, for example, you're on the end of like in a property transaction, there's the buyer's end and the seller's end. There are two parts of the transaction plus whatever else may need to be taken into consideration there. And so it's possible here that there are some parts of this process or this situation where you simply need to surrender and have faith. And you've also got this movement card, which I love to see this. This reminds me of the Eight of Wands. I'm sure it is inspired by the Eight of Wands, but this is about you going full steam ahead on something here. And as you have that luck with twists and turns, yeah, there's going to be a lot of things changing. There's going to be a lot of things coming in and out at this time, but things are looking up for you. And then you have stop as well. This is about you forcing something. All right, this is about you needing to know exactly what happens when it happens. And I think right now the best path forward, it seems like some of you are dealing with investments or even a relationship situation here. As we had that commitment card on the bottom of the deck, it's possible that like the other person on the other end of this transaction or interaction or situation needs to have some time to figure things out. And this is where I think Spirit right now is saying, okay, it's time to move into a place of surrender and allow whatever needs to happen to happen. So let's go ahead and put this over here, and then we'll start to get deeper into the reading. So let's take a look at your past energies here. So let me, this is the past. We're gonna use this as the past regardless. So all right, let's take a look at what's been going on here in the past energies for you. Can we get at least 3 cards for Pisces? Okay, we're gonna take those. I'm feeling like we need to take those, so that's what we're gonna do. All right, so you have 7 of Wands here. All right, so in the past, you've come up to this sort of fork in the road. I feel like saying brick in the road. Some of you may be like building something, like you may be undergoing a house renovation or something like this here, but there's clearly been some sort of situation here that that has been testing you and trying your patience, and this is very much showing up here in your past energies. You have Page of Cups. For some of you, this is absolutely relationship related. Page of Cups is talking potentially about new love, or for some of you, you may be undergoing some new level of commitment here in that relationship that you're looking to move into a deeper level of commitment. Maybe the other person, it's not that they don't want to, but maybe they need some additional time to figure out like, okay, this is the next step. What are we going to do here? 7 of Cups. This is about feeling overwhelmed in your situation. The 7 of Cups, you can kind of see in this illustration, this person's putting their hands over their eyes here. They literally can't see the direction right now because they're so overwhelmed with everything that's going on in their life. Right now, you are inundated with so much movement. And this has been going on for you for some time. For some of you, this is very clearly talking about you wanting to move into some level of commitment with somebody, but for whatever reason, there is something on their end that they need to work out, or they need to really have some time to think about here. Again, you've got this surrender card that showed up in the oracles that is asking you to take a pause here for a minute. Take a look at these 2 cards. You have the Magician and Knight of Swords. So it's interesting because the Knight of Swords has been on my mind recently, and the Knight of Swords can talk about potential impatience or being impatient about something. The Magician is about power and having a very strong power to be able to manifest, like being a very, very strong manifester and holding the keys, holding a lot of power in a situation. And the Knight of Swords, it wants to just charge ahead, wants to go forward now. And for you, you see that you're able to create something here that looks that like in your mind, you can see the outcome here. And you know that this manifestation is going to come in. But for whatever reason, right now, there's a message here about surrendering and allowing the movement to happen naturally. Let's get a few more cards here for the past. We get a card to pop out here for Pisces. Okay, Spirit, what do you have for Pisces here? Let me give this deck a shuffle. And we get, okay, these cards all fell off the table here. All right, perfect. That's what I was looking for. So you have 5 of Pentacles, the Tower, and the 10 of Pentacles. So you've got interesting things here. So these 2 cards are literally the opposite cards, right? So 5 of Pentacles is scarcity, 10 of Pentacles is abundance. 5 of Pentacles can talk about you being in a scarcity mindset, while the 10 of Pentacles is like, I've beat the video game of money. Like I've hit the final stage. I've beat the final boss. Like I have everything I need. Everything is set. There's also a card of family. As you can see, the grandparents here taking care of the newborn baby. They also have the puppies there. And so some of you potentially here are looking to do some family planning, and the person on the other end of that is like, hold on, hold the phone here, as you have this Tower card that's showing up, which can talk about some sort of surprise or jolt or upheaval in your life. But the Tower card is really about awakening. And some of you want out, or they want out. If I'm talking about this relationship situation, these people really want to get out of the tower, as you can see here. And they're waiting for this lightning to strike the tower so they can get out. And the tower is this feeling of like, okay, when is it going to fall? When's the tower going to collapse, sort of thing. And obviously, in this situation, it feels like less of a collapsing and more like, okay, like when are they going to return my call, return my text? When am I going to get an update on this property situation or this real estate that I'm looking to buy or this asset I'm looking to invest in? What's going to happen here? Yeah, you've got the Nine of Cups, this wish fulfillment energy here. Really, really, you're wanting this to come forward. And it is with this movement energy, but you've got this stop and surrender message here from the oracles. On the bottom, you've got the Five of Cups. You're disappointed that this hasn't happened just yet, but this is asking you to stop and surrender and realize that it's coming in when it needs to come in. All right, let's go ahead and let's take a look at your current situation here. Energy is happening in the current situation. All right, let's see here. Okay, we're gonna take that card. These two more cards here for Pisces, this one and this one as well. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna read this first card first. All right, discontent and boredom. So you are, I think most people are getting this energy right now, which is, yeah, there's a feeling that things are just not, right now at this moment in time, things are simply not moving ahead. But again, the movement's going to start happening here, especially for you, but for everybody very soon. In my opinion and my feeling is that things are really going to start propelling forward for everybody here, but certainly for you. Right now, it's like, how do you spend the time dealing with this lack of motion or this lack of communication or these lack of updates or the lack of commitment potentially for some of you? How do you deal with it? You have patience and planning, fulfillment of wishes. So this is the Nine of Cups in the tarot, and this is the Seven of Pentacles. So we have the Nine of Cups twice so far. You can see the treasure chest opening here. Nine of Cups is fulfillment of a wish. And the Seven of Pentacles, as this indicates, is about patience. In a financial situation, the Seven of Pentacles is an investment that takes time to mature, but when it matures, it is really nice. And this would be longer term investments. So this would be like you putting money into a Roth IRA now and then not touching that for, 20 years or whatever it is. Or same like most people enter into mortgages at a 30-year fixed rate or a 30-year FHA. And obviously 30 years is a long time, right? And so when you think about this from a financial situation, this is not a quick win. This is not quick gains. This is something that you do now that will set you up in the future for future success. And that requires a lot of patience. I also, with the planning energy that I see on that card, would really, really, really recommend that you go over the fine print. I'm seeing a document in my head. I'm seeing a document in my head right now, in my mind. Some of you, there's a document here that you are looking at, that you're looking over in this middle of the month and as you progress through the rest of the month, that's going to require your attention. There's a card here that's sticking out that I'd like to look at. You have the heartache and loss, Three of Swords. Some of you here are like, okay, like I think what's happening is the lack of communication is really biting you. It's really like sapping your mental energy here at this time. We get some additional messages for the current situation. Third eye chakra. Yeah, I love that card for you because you're a Pisces. You're a very intuitive person, very intuitive sign. The third eye is all about, it's your spiritual vision. It's your foresight. It's connected to the pineal gland. And this is your ability to know. Third eye chakra is all about your ability to know. With the Magician card here in the past, you see the manifestation. Just like I can see the document in my mind. You see this outcome right now. You can see it. For whatever reason, the movement hasn't started. It will start to move. And I think the time between point A and point B is potentially really causing you some mental distress. Okay, perfect. So we've also got this love begins, Ace of Cups. So if you're here and you're in this relationship situation, the heartache and loss thing is like, this is a mental construction for you. Okay, on the love front, this seems right now unclear. Like the cards are saying that this situation is unclear, but it's not going to end up happening as you think it's going to happen. As you see this twists and turns, right? There could be a wrench thrown here in the road. There's a fork in the road here. And right now, despite the lack of communication or commitment, this will end up turning around for you. And I think that you know that, but your mind is spinning a story right now where, oh, I don't know, is this person actually interested? They haven't said anything, I'm doing this, they're not doing that, whatever. And I think this can also be applied to a property situation or an investment situation here that just simply hasn't, like, there are some steps that need to be had from the other person on the other end of this situation. There's another person in this reading. Unfortunately, there are times in life where we don't hold all of the keys. There are literally just situations in life where somebody else is involved, and there's another person on the other line here that you are dealing with. You have this awareness card. I love this for you. This is the Magician. So we have the Magician twice, and you can see there, this is like highlighting the crown chakra, which is right above the head, but it's also kind of touching into the third eye chakra here as well. And so there's this message here of you connecting and reflecting and surrendering, realizing that this situation will start to turn around. And remember, we have the Faith card here on the bottom, which is really asking you to stand strong at this time, knowing that you deserve this. So let's go ahead and take a look at the future energy here. Let's see what's coming in for your future messages. Okay, can we get at least 3 cards here for Pisces? Definitely want to take this one as well. Yeah, that one too. Anything else that wants to pop out here for Pisces at this time? I don't think so. All right, so we'll look at these, and then if I feel like we need more messages, we'll get more messages. So we've got Judgment and 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so Judgment card is about an epiphany in life. And it's also the thing about the Judgment card is it happens right before we complete something. And everybody's gone through something like that in life. Like the build up to something is often more challenging than the actual achievement. Like when you actually achieve it, it feels great, but the build up is challenging. And this is quite literally about a judgment or a situation that you are waiting on. Like you're kind of awaiting your fate here. As you can see, these people are kind of waiting to see what the angel has for them. The 5 of Pentacles is about scarcity. Again, we had a mixed message here of abundance and scarcity. You're like right at the axis of something. Like I think your mind is in scarcity for some of you, but the situation itself is abundant, but your mind is dipping into this scarcity frequency. You have the King of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles showing up here. So, you see the bull energy here. This person, their whole life, has taken the bull by the horns. And they have used that energy to really propel themselves forward in their financial life. Specifically, they're also a really good career person, and this is a great career card. But this is about, like, for many of you, relationships, and for many of you, finances. The 6 of Pentacles is inflow, outflow. You can see that this person's giving outflow, but they're also filling up their scale. The scale's also balancing here as they, do what they can for people. But remember, it's not always about giving money. Sometimes we can be generous in other ways, like generous with our time, generous with our energy. You get the point, right? But in this case, this is about outflow. For example, I think some of you are making quite a large purchase. And I think you're going to see some outflow here. It might be expensive, or it may feel like it's expensive, but it feels like you're investing in an asset. And it's a great idea to invest in assets historically. That's actually historically what has proven to be the case. By the way, there's a book, you've probably heard it before, called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I'm feeling like that's a nice book recommendation for you. It talks about the difference between assets and liabilities and why in life it's a very smart idea to be investing in assets. So let's see what else we have here. Okay, definitely like that. So can we get anything else here for Pisces? Yep. Okay. So this was the first one that came out, which is a victory in your life. That's the 6 of Wands. This is you being paraded through a crowd of people, meaning you have achieved. You've achieved. It's about achievement and success in the tarot, and you have outlasted the 5 of Wands battle, and you are now getting that victory here in the future. Right now, it feels a little bit like, okay, when is this going to happen? When are they going to reach out? When are they going to commit? Or when is this person going to say, okay, this property's yours? Or when am I going to get through underwriting, or whatever the case may be for you? You have the Ace of Pentacles, which is that seed energy. It's planning that new beginning. It's getting that new beginning. In this case, you are getting the new beginning that you can very clearly see in your mind. And my favorite card for you in this reading, by far, the World. This is massive, massive success. And what did we see here? The Judgment card. The Judgment card comes before the World. So right now it's like you're treading through water, but you are going to get to the finish line with that World energy. So I love this for you. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.